All right, let's try this again. Welcome back to another video. Today we got a death battle for y'all. Among Us versus Fallout Guy. This one is an interesting. I don't even know who I would say will win this, but I feel like Among Us probably would win this because I feel like they similar. I would say except Fall Guys don't really all they really do while I played that game, while I played it was you grab each other and you try not to die. So, one thing I think they got on Among Us is immortality, but I don't know. They like to pull out facts that I never heard of, like goddamn Fallout guys probably have a strength of quadruple ton or sextillion ton. That's the size of like two suns or something like that. Some weird shit, but I talked enough. Let's get into it. Haha.
Viral sensation in recent years. It was Among Us.
Nah, Fall Guys was the biggest news that year. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I'm trying to make sure, y'all don't get the two audios like that audio coming into my mic audio. But I can't really control that. Let's get into it.
In the lonely dark of space aboard a malfunctioning vessel, a peculiar crew of bean-shaped astronauts must work together to save their souls from a quiet demise.
Tons of stuff could go wrong at any moment, and it's up to these colorful clowns to fix it. Impressive since their spacesuits don't seem to have any arms.
Oh, that's not actually a suit, that's just how they are.
Wait, what? Ew, why?
More on that later. The tasks they undertake to save their ship.
Oh Lord, they're actually midgets. And not they're heavy midgets.
Require varying
Little people, I mean.
degrees of difficulty and skill. It may not take much to reconnect some wires in the cafeteria, but it certainly does to clear asteroids when your ship is moving faster than light.
If that's not a suit, then why do they have a cafeteria when they don't have a mouse?
At any point, these creatures must draw from medical training, electrical skills, and mechanical know-how.
Okay, but it's total chaos, so teamwork is key. They gotta spread out and trust that while they're all swiping cards, they have each other's backs, right?
Well, success is always uncertain, as though fate has placed some external force that stands between this species and their survival.
There's an imposter among them! I mean, among us! But not us, though, right, Wiz? Right?
For the 9th time, I'm not an imposter.
That's just what an imposter would say! They're shape-shifting aliens! They could be anyone! Or any mad scientist in a lab coat!
The imposter threatens the pack and pushes them towards extinction.
Crewmate, engineer, noise maker, scientist, engineer, imposter, shapeshift, shifts into other creatures, phantom, vanishes, become invisible, ghost, can affect physical world, guardian angel, defies death, protects others. Well, in the game, the ghost, you don't supposedly be saying shit. I know you can do all that. I only played Among Us like 2 or 3 times with my friends, but that when I did play, it was fun.
By any means necessary. Anything from damaging lights to wrecking the ship's reactor.
Which can be tricky to fix in time. Even though imposters are naturally skilled at crawling through the vents, the crewmates need special engineer training to do the same, so not all of them can McLean it up.
All while the imposters...
Since when did... I guess that's one of the new updates that pretty much engineers can do it too. I played this when it first came out, where it didn't have all that. It was just imposter and crewmates and have different jobs and shit like that.
Conceal their motivations and infiltrate the herd. The others always know something isn't right, and the imposters use that paranoia to motivate their prey into ejecting each other into space, just for being kinda sus.
Yeah, Wiz is the imposter.
He does seem to know an awful lot about these aliens. And just to put it out there, it isn't me.
That's a good point. Have you ever heard him say sus?
No, what do you mean? Knowing a lot is literally my job.
Oh, ear canals!
Ah, jeez, fix your mic, dummy.
I
that
agree
messed
with the
up my
metal bowling
ears.
ball.
Well, I knew the sussy baka from the start. And again, just to be very clear, it isn't me.
Same here.
Oh, come on. Anyone could be the imposter, Boomstick. It's completely random.
Random starts with R and so does. Oh, I know who it is. It's always the red one.
Wait, what? But it isn't
Got
me. It isn't me.
Oh, right. There's usually two imposters.
Dear God.
The imposters aren't just tricksters, they're also hunters, bloodhounds tracking and assassinating crewmates when they least expect it.
They'll snap their necks, stab them with a knife, shoot them with a desert eagle, or use their freaking tongues to him.
See what I mean? They got all this shit. I don't never seen Fall Guys with this much violence. Unless it's a new update that on Fall Guys that I don't know about too. And what y'all think about Roblox videos? I kind of thought about making like Roblox videos. I started getting back into playing Roblox. Even though it used to be a kids game, now it's not so really. Let me get back to the.
Peel their faces! Oh, God! Right through the visor!
They may look like they're wearing spacesuits, but that's not a visor. That is their actual face. Examining their cross-section reveals their insides always match the color of their bodies, and that they are comprised of exactly one large bone, which must mean their ability to walk is entirely muscle-based. Their whole anatomy is one unsolvable mystery.
Ew! They've got human toes, buff arms for no reason, and can stretch like Mr. Fantastic? What are these freaky things?
No one knows. They don't even exist within the same realm of mortality as you or I. Even if one of them is killed or ejected into the lifeless void of space, they return as a ghost. Invisible, incorporeal, unable to communicate with the living, but nonetheless still among us.
Even beyond death, they can plot the demise of other crew.
Or become guardian angels for the living by literally shielding them.
That's gotta be one tough
I didn't
shield,
know that
because
you
remember that Desert Eagle they holster? Apparently, that thing also fires a laser that can rip apart whole planets. Good God!
Where the fuck is all this coming from? I don't remember all this in the game. Then again, like I said, I only played it when it first came out.
To split this planet apart like that would need over 10 non-million tons of TNT.
A number so incomprehensible.
I just said this is how they come up with this shit. Never heard of that number in my fucking life.
You'd have to multiply 1 billion by 1 billion. Twice.
More than enough to annihilate Earth over 160 million times. Which seems like overkill for the, space vampires they were fighting.
Right, the crew has crossed over with a variety of other universes.
Banana
Fortnite,
Bomb.
Vampire Survivors, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, the classics.
Including this Henry Stickmin guy. Apparently, he's a kleptomaniac with a surprisingly wide and wacky arsenal all the crew can have.
Desert Eagle-eyed crewmates will find Henry's weapons throughout the ship, like a banana bomb, a teleporter, a ninja star, and a magic pencil
But
that can
can
bring
you
drawings
use
to
it?
life.
These creepy Teletubbies can sketch whatever they want into existence, and they're suddenly everywhere I look now. Where's these little trash can people are freaking me out?
In a strange way, all of this makes sense for this fascinating species. In the face of insurmountable odds, something inside tells them to band together no matter what, to use all the tools available and try to survive again and again. On a ship, on strange planets, anywhere they may be, in spite of anything that may be going on in the world. They either fix what's broken or face certain doom. But no matter what, they do it together.
Together! Yeah! Ooh! Welcome to the bright, colorful world of the Blunder Dome! Natural habitat to these lovable little beings known as the Fall Guys! who race each other through fun playgrounds with nothing but clear skies above.
These lively obstacle courses showcase their inherent skills and abilities. As if drawn by natural instinct, they
Yeah, we
hurdle
got the
over
Nike.
barriers together and pass through various tests of strength, agility, and mental fortitude.
And it's pretty impressive considering how elaborate these bounce house courses get. How do these weebles wobble through it?
With a shocking level of innate parkour mastery
Damn.
that otherwise hasn't.
Damn, they tall. So it's little people versus tall or average size people. Half of weight, half of Mike Wazowski. I honestly don't know what that fucking means. Oh no, my cats is in the garbage again. Trash can, bitches. Anyway, I'll worry about them after the video. Now, what powers? Let's find out what powers these Fall Guy people have.
Hasn't been seen since 2006. But honestly, not many of the beans make it, and only one can be crowned the winner before everything starts all over again.
Which makes for some very friendly competition, like survival of the fittest, but for a bunch of candy grimaces. They'll grab, shove, and slam into each other to make it out on top, or even roll up into a ball and launch across the course. Self-preservation be damned.
And over time, the beans have evolved to higher levels of, let's call it imagination. The engineer Digi invented the creative device so the beans could start making and designing new obstacles and challenges for themselves, as well as additional tools like wrecking balls, wind-up boxes for punching foes, and even translators that make their nonsensical language intelligible.
But even at their best, they're still just flinging themselves over these obstacles like a bunch of drunken lemmings.
This species seems to have a biological urge to navigate these courses for one singular purpose.
A crown.
Get that crown.
I mean, if I could
Won
be
that
king
crown
for a
twice.
day, I'd push you off a cliff right now.
Very funny. Get away from me.
Things in the Blunder Dome can get wild.
Blast balls. Okay. Creative device. Fan block. Punching block. Resurrection. Ice alteration. Power up. Bean ball. Power. Crasher. Rubber chicken. Nikki. Hadouken. They have all these? I didn't know that.
We've seen these goobers get smacked by
I
giant
didn't know they
pellets
can
and
fight.
fall into actual hot lava, but they always pop back up at the qualification stage later, completely unharmed, somehow.
These remarkable creatures have demonstrated some dumbfounding durability, such as getting struck by meteors. That's a hit anywhere from 18 tons of TNT to 15 kilotons. But they still get right back up to Rube Goldberg themselves straight through another obstacle course.
On top of
Okay,
that,
immortal.
they were hit with the Big
They're
Bang
immortal.
and came out the other side completely fine. Whoa, wait, what? Did I just say the Big Bang? Why do we even mention the meteor? Who cares? Their suits are basically indestructible.
Boomstick, I hate to tell you this.
No,
Those aren't really.
don't say it.
Those aren't actually suits. That's their
Those
skin.
is the body.
Oh man, people were getting weird back in 2020. Didn't they have better things to do?
With only arms, legs, and eyes, there must be some genetic mechanism inside the beans that causes them to be self-sustaining. Though after some dissection, it's unclear. This is an official image, by the way.
I don't know what's more upsetting, that skeleton or the fact that these jelly beans are 6 friggin' feet tall.
Imagine
Exactly.
bumping into this thing in a dark alleyway. No, thank you.
So, this means when you start the game, you're just flat out naked? Just swinging away, beans in the wind.
Strange such nakedness would be allowed, considering what's actually happening is the Fall Guys are contestants in a non-stop 24/7 game show. The
I can make Steve Harvey's face.
ultimate knockout. Yeah, that's what's actually happening here. So what might be misconstrued as some sort of migration cycle is really a brutal, never-ending gauntlet that takes advantage of their tunnel vision.
So, it's like the Truman Show mixed with Wipeout and Naked and Afraid. What happened to them being just colorful cartoon beans?
And they survive to keep playing the game no matter what. The game makers have said that when the beans fall to their death, they feel a moment of displacement, serenity, zen-like detachment from all worldly and physical bonds. Then they pop back onto the podium to celebrate their achievements. That's an official quote.
They've also said they're strong enough to rip someone in half and can stretch their bodies so far they
Fuck. They might win. Fuck. Well, we only
pass beyond the observable universe.
Oh god, the Twitter feats.
Oh yeah! January 18th, 2022, 9:14 a.m. The Fall Guy stretched so far, he exited the universe as we know it, and then he kept going.
Speaking of universes, the Fall Guys have seen dozens of guest stars from other stories and have learned from their cultures, like flying around in the TARDIS of Doctor Who fame, wielding He-Man's power sword, launching Ryu's iconic Hadouken, or even just becoming Pac-Man. They just become Pac-Man. They're Pac-Man now.
Wiz, I know we've seen some crazy things on the show, but these 6 feet tall jelly bean monsters eat food through their feet. What are we about to rot upon the world? Is this cute and colorful reality an endless void of darkness and despair? Revelations of disturbances too catastrophic for the human mind to process? A vicious cycle on this blue marble surrounded by mouthless, dead-eyed beans.
Pretty much.
Ah, cool, let's see them fight.
Come on.
Wiz, you gotta play that mobile game with all the superheroes and the cool art.
Oh, are you talking about Marvel Snap?
Yeah, that one, the cart.
Ugh, Marvel Snap. Ugh.
For all possibilities.
It's time for a death
Come on, Among
battle!
Us. Come on, Among Us. Everyone was. So are they not gonna fight each other, or it's gonna be like the? Not what I was expecting. What are they saying? All guys win? Oh damn. Uh-oh. Among Us, come on, Among Us. Fuck. Damn.
Oh, when's the next episode? This
Damn
is my
it,
new
I
favorite
lost.
show.
Oh,
Move over,
yeah.
chimp crazy.
We broke
I
this
should
down
never-
into 3 categories: offense,
sports bet.
defense, and the bizarre. Let's start with offense.
I mean, the bogus Among Us could blow up planets, not to mention moving faster than light to hit all those planets in one shot. It's kinda out there, but no Fall Guy has ever done anything like that. The crewmates clearly get the edge in offense.
Though that impressive power matters less when we look at defense.
It's crazy how much damage the Fall Guys can walk off. They survived anything their course threw at them, took hits from meteors, and most importantly, survived the Big Bang. You know, the explosion that blew the whole freaking universe into existence? Easy edge for the bumbling beans.
We can even go a step further. Both of these creatures have demonstrated various forms of invulnerability and death negation, like how the Fall Guys could always pop back up for another round, or how the crewmates became ghosts when they die. However, only the Fall Guys had a viable counter. Only the Fall Guys could ensure that their foe stays dead.
Pac-Man, they can become Pac-Man, who, you know, eats ghosts.
Brilliant.
Which leads us to the truly bizarre stuff about both of these beanie freaks.
They could both stretch their bodies to absurd lengths, but only the Fall Guys stretch beyond the observable universe in a matter of minutes. In fact, if we take these posting times literally, that would mean the Fall Guys can stretch at speeds over a quadrillion times faster than light.
I don't know, Wiz. That feels like a bit of a stretch. Wink.
The crewmates did have plenty of answers to the Fall Guys' hijinks, like a magic pencil sword to fight off He-Man's power sword, or how they could potentially hack Digi's creations.
But the overwhelming amount of stuff that the Fall Guys have access to just dwarfs the Among Us crew's arsenal. I mean, Hadoukens, TARDIS, just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, the spaceship crew had a few deadlier weapons among them,
The same TARDIS that beat Rick.
but the Fallen Guys had too many options that could not be countered.
The crewmates may have been cunning and dangerous, but the one-track-minded Fall Guys just wouldn't go down.
Making sure the losers of this fight were no longer Among Us.
Oh no, we never found the second imposter!
God damn. I was wrong again. Yeah, I like that video. Deuces.